Hey y'all. I am doing some laundry. I know it don't be notifying y'all, so hold on. I'm trying to make sure I... Hey. Yay, you're number one. Hey, Florence. How's your day going? Today was a better day for me than it was yesterday. I was telling y'all I got stood up for an appliance appointment. So I called first thing in the morning to talk to the home warranty. And I got an awesome customer service agent who followed up, and she basically had me rescheduled. I'm glad to hear you doing good and your day is going good. She had me rescheduled, and the company that stood me up, they rescheduled me for Tuesday. And I was like, ooh, that does not work for me. And I kept trying to call them, and they was like forwarding me to voicemail. They wouldn't answer. I was like, oh my goodness. And so the customer service agent, she had told me she was going to call me back, and she did. She called me back and asked me, would I be interested in transferring to a different company that could try to come sooner? And I was like, yes, because they already, this company y'all recommended the first time, they had already like stood me up and had me waiting for 4 hours yesterday. And then they're not even trying to come back this week. So long story short, she put a different company in, and they contacted me like this morning, and they were going to come tomorrow, but they were able to squeeze me into the schedule today because they actually had another local stop, and it made more sense for them to come today. So the guy who came was really nice, and he documented everything and submitted my information. So I'm hoping that tomorrow my home warranty company will approve everything, and then I'll be able to get everything fixed. We have a microwave door that's about to fall off, and then we have some issues with our cooktop on our stove, and like the oven doing some weird things. And then the light is also out in the oven and in the refrigerator. So I just filed it all under one claim, because the way that the warranty works is that you can group categories that go together in the same claim. So I'm like hopeful that I don't run into any roadblocks with the home warranty company wanting to fix it. But they've been really good. I've had them for the last 5 years. I've really not experienced them say no, except for when it was something they don't cover. So we were considering buying new appliances. And then I had looked over the home warranty coverage and realized it covers like refrigerator repairs, stove repairs, oven repairs. So I was like, I really am not interested in upgrading the appliances, because we may be like considering moving. You know what I'm saying? And if we move, we won't need to upgrade appliances. I mean, we could, but we could save that opportunity for our next home, basically. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Thank you, Florence. Happy Thursday. Y'all, I'm very glad that tomorrow is Friday. I just feel like I need the break to just focus on myself after everything that's been going on. But today is a better day than yesterday. So I wanted to check in with y'all before I went to bed. I still am not sure. My dad and I, we had a really good conversation earlier about like basically my options. He told me about this program or this website called Knock. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but it's where you can sell your house. They'll help you sell your house and find a new house before you sell your house. And basically, they'll help you find the new house first. They may even like give you a loan up to 35,000, I think, to help you with your closing costs and stuff like that. And in return, you sell your house on the back end, and then when you sell your house, you pay back what you borrowed from them. But it's like an even exchange, except you can focus on finding your house first. And I'm like, what? I did not know that that was an option. And I looked it up. I'm gonna do some more research though. I saw some YouTube videos out there about it. I'm gonna look at like the Better Business Bureau. I looked on Reddit and I saw somebody saying that they didn't like their experience with it. But my dad was the one who told me about Georgia Dream, and Georgia Dream turned out to be an awesome resource. So I'm not gonna take one person's negative review as a sign for me to not use that program. But if I go to good old YouTube that I've always looked up stuff on, and I'm seeing more families saying the same thing, and I'm not talking about somebody who looked like they might have been sponsored to promote them, but like a real person like me coming on there and they tell us, "Oh, this was really great," or "I didn't really like this," then I'll know like if it's the right thing to do. And I also was looking at like lot costs versus home costs. Homes are expensive, y'all, right now. Like buying a new house. I'm just like, ooh. I wish I knew how to find someone who could fix the problem that we have that wasn't going to try to gouge and make it super expensive for us. I'm going to try to find somebody. I'm in a Facebook group for my city, so I'm going to see if I can get a reliable contractor recommendation that's local and get a second and third opinion about this issue that we discovered this week. Because if we could solve this problem and pay out of pocket before Christmas, that would be great. But before January would be ideal, because I really don't want to go through a 4 to 6 month home repair experience again. I've been through that and that was a nightmare. Thank you so much, Queen. Yeah, they are. I've been looking all day. Have you been looking at homes in person or have you been looking online? I will say, Josiah's stuff keep getting mixed up with mine. I'm like, how does he keep doing that? Both. Oh, okay. I saw a few open houses near me that were really like close, but then I feel like I don't need to entertain an open house if I haven't even went through a process of like making sure we really finna do this. You know what I mean? I don't know. Are they gonna even let me go and walk through an open house? We don't even have like a pre-qualification letter yet. They might, but I feel like I just remember the first time I bought my house, somebody told me like if you haven't even got through the process of getting pre-qualified to see what the bank would even consider loaning you, then you may not want to start looking at houses, because you'll start looking at houses that are out of your price range because you don't know what your price range is. And then you'll be discouraged if you end up qualifying for less than what you were looking at. And then when you have to shop within your budget, once you get your number, you're going to be like, dang, I don't like any of this stuff because it's less than what you were looking at the first time. Because when I started looking a while ago, I remember looking at stuff, and that's not yours. Josiah took that from somewhere from his cousin. I got to give that back.
You say you're wrong.
His cousin's house when he spent the night.
That's what you call him. Probably
Rocky.
Chipotle.
Oh.
Cause that's the name of that wing spot that's down the street from me at Dad's house. Probably his truck
Oh.
for work.
Yeah, he dumped his clothes in the bag, and I was like, "That's not yours." He's like, "Oops, I did not mean to take that. Oops." And I'm like, "Boy, put it." He probably thought it was cool because of the colors. I don't know. Hey Mo, how you doing? I think it makes better sense to have a pre-approval for sure. Exactly, because like you don't want to be looking at $500,000 houses and you find out that you've only been approved for 300,000, because then you're gonna be looking at $500,000 houses and they have a certain standard to them that are way different and way better than the $300,000 house. Not to say that you can't find a nice $300,000 house, but like I feel like my husband and I should write down some lists of things that we want in the next house so that we can be on the same page looking at it. Like for me, and I think for him too, but I know for me specifically, I would be looking for more space. So like I would want at least 3,000 square feet this time. The house we have is under 2,000 square feet. The other thing I would be looking for is at least 4 bedrooms, but I honestly think that if we're gonna move, we should go for 5 bedrooms because we can stay in the house forever. Because I don't think we're gonna end up having more than 3 kids. We just have one right now, and I'm 30. Des is 31. I doubt we're gonna have more than two additional kids. So whether we have one child or two more kids, a 5 bedroom would accommodate that family size. But especially if we have one, we're not gonna outgrow the house. And if we keep just doing one more room than there is of us, then it's not gonna be enough space. And that's the thing I was looking at when I kept looking in like my my counties of interest today online, just virtual research. I was seeing that the stuff I was interested in was in the high twos to the mid threes on the lower end, and then on the high end, stuff was in the fours. And my dad and I were talking, and he was just kind of explaining to me how you can how you can get like a estimate of what your new mortgage would be. So he had me like dividing the um, sale price by 7% because that would be like a tentative interest rate, and then adding in like an extra $600 to that amount because um, you have to account for property taxes and you have to account for your home insurance. And like for instance, if the sale price for a house is $100,000, then you would divide that over your 30 years if you're doing a 30-year loan, or 15 years if you're doing a 15-year loan. But then you also have to think about property taxes. And most listings are going to show you the property taxes for 2022. Or if it's a new build, it might tell you the property taxes say 0 or 1 because they don't know what the property taxes are because the building didn't exist before this year. Hey Nisha, how you doing, girl? Oh, my sister on here, y'all. Um, that's my line sister. Hey Nisha. Anyway, so you like he was just kind of putting me on game on like how to kind of do the math. And with these interest rates being so much higher and with stuff being more expensive than it was, even with my equity and stuff like that, I would be probably still paying more per month than we pay right now. And that's even if I were to put $100,000 into that $300,000 house, or 120 into that $300,000 house, because we didn't pay that much for this house. Like I told y'all before last night, the house that we have now is like 134, and then I had a grant that paid 15K of that. So that's significantly less than what houses cost right now. And we're not looking for like a apples to apples house, which would be like another 3 bedroom. Like we want to make it bigger, better, more space. My want to make sure like Des has his own man cave, his own area. I definitely need my own office space slash content room because I'm going to be continuing to do this. Josiah will have his own room. He already have his own room now. But then like a room where we would have for the next child. Cause I think I don't mean whether it's a boy or a girl, I just think that at some age they're gonna need their own rooms. So not saying we are 100% sold on moving, but if these repair things become too much, I'm definitely interested in moving. Ooh, are we on the search for a new house, huh? Clearly, I'm just coming in. It's okay, Nisha. Yeah, I was thinking about it because we've been having some issues this week with like some things in the house. And I feel like we've been here for 5 years, and I don't want to be here for 10 years still having to deal with major issues with repairs in the house. When I say major issues, I mean things where I have to file a home insurance claim. We've already had one in the last 3 years, and I don't want it to get to a point where our insurance company wants to kick us off because we keep on filing claims. So there, Josiah discovered some in his room, and I got an opinion, and they were talking like some big numbers, and I was just like, okay. So right now I'm in the process of trying to get second and third opinions from different contractors, just to make sure like that specific one wasn't just trying to overcharge me. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, Des and I would just kind of decide, do we want to go through a home insurance claim? Do we want to look at knock or some other program where you can sell your house and buy another house, and they'll give you money where you could do repairs on your house to help you sell your house, and then once you get your house and you sell your house, you just pay them back. Like, I'm thinking about like all the options because I don't know. I already knew this may not be our forever home anyway when we first got here, but I just felt like it was a good starting place for us because we were about to get married and we needed our own space. We were sharing a one room with three people and we were moving in the direction of marriage. So it was like, okay, we need our own spot. But I feel like the next one should be like our forever place. So that if we have growth in our family, it will still work. Um, and just space, we need the space to do the different things that we have going on. Like my husband, he has business things that he does as well, and he don't really have a space to do it in. And then like with me, I feel like I don't know, I just feel like we need more space, and I would want something that's built a little bit better. Forever place at 30? Well, when you say it like that, possibly. I mean, I don't know. I'm cool with staying in the state, so I'm okay with it being my forever place. But it's not to say that if something happened in my life that significantly shifted the dynamic of our lives, I wouldn't want to upgrade. You evolve as a person as you grow. But I also like Georgia, so I don't mind saying like, okay, yeah, this is my forever home. It doesn't make me feel stuck or anything like that. And my husband is the same way. Like he grew up here, not in the same place that I did, but he's from Georgia as well. So at least to my understanding, neither one of us were interested in relocating out of Georgia. But you know, I say forever, meaning that I don't want to keep buying a new house every 5 years. But and then also I'll say this too. The idea is when you get a house, you want to pay it off so that it's your house and that you can leave it behind for your kids. But if you keep on buying the house and selling the house and you're in a cycle of debt, or you keep refinancing your house and you never pay it off and then you die, you then instead of leaving a legacy behind for the kids, you leave a bill behind for your kids. So like for example, my my dad and my stepmom, they bought their house when I was in my senior year of college. And they bought their house. And the years prior to that, they were just renting a bunch of houses, but they didn't own those houses. So now my stepmom and my dad, they are like, they've bought the home they live in now, and they've refinanced it a few times to get the mortgage lower, and that's good as far as trying to survive in this economy. But it's bad in that if God forbid something happened, that then leaves a bill behind for us kids because that house is not paid off. When my stepmom's mom passed, she left life insurance policies behind for my stepmom and my aunt, her sister. And that's what helped them buy the house. My thought is when I pass, like I would love to be able to have left a house behind for Josiah. Not to say he may want to stay in Georgia for his whole life, but at least like if he has a paid off house that he can stay in, he could have somewhere to go. And having to worry about an apartment and the rising economy expenses and things like that, that will not be an issue for him because he has a house. When my mom died, I ain't had that option. Like, luckily my dad was still here. But I say all that to say, like, it is a big decision. Like, you want to think of where you want to be so that if you do have the kids and you want to leave them with something, you're not leaving them with a bill, because essentially if your house is not paid off, if your car is not paid off, you are leaving your kids or your dependents or your beneficiaries, whatever, with your problems when you're gone. So, I mean, that's where my mind goes. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the way I'm thinking. I don't want to keep on moving and starting this thing over. And when I was talking to my dad earlier, he was like, "You have equity, but you're essentially gonna have to pay into another loan to get what you want because things have went up so much." And I did my research, and I'm like, "Yeah, he wasn't wrong." Like there is no more there is no more 5 bedrooms for under $200,000. Like that's gone. Not in this state. I don't think anywhere. Things have gone up so much. And that's just so crazy because 5 years ago, like $250,000 probably could have got you a 6 bedroom house somewhere. Now, like you can't get a 3 bedroom with that price in most places. That's scary. And the other thing is interest rates and cost of homes are both very high right now. So it's not like, you know, cost of the home is expensive, but your interest rate is like 3 and 4%. Like, no, interest rates are 7 and 8 and 9%. And then the houses are expensive too. So that's why I'm saying if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it and I want to check off all the things I think we need. Like I want 3,000 square feet, which let me get into this. A lot of these brand new constructions, they're pretty, but they're small. They're so small. There's some of these houses, y'all are squeezing 5 bedrooms into a 24 square foot home. Make it make sense. You are just cutting out these little cookie cutter boxes, throwing them up in 6 months, and you're charging people $400,000 for this tiny little house. That's crazy to me. I'm not paying for it. Y'all crazy. So, and it's so difficult to find foreclosures. Like I kept on looking today, like searching for foreclosures. There were none in the counties that I was interested in. Then I was looking at townhomes. Townhomes, there's still some pretty affordable ones, but they are so small. There was a 5 bedroom townhome and it was like 24,000 square feet. That's pretty good for a townhome, but I wanted to be 3,000 square feet or more. Why do I want that? Because again, space. I want enough space in the kitchen. I don't want it. Let me talk about that too. Would I move to a different part of Georgia? Yes. Yes, I would. I like where I am, but I'm open to moving to another part of Georgia. Absolutely. But the caveat there is I would want to be closer to my family members so that when we need help, we have people close. And my mother-in-law lives in a different county than we do, so I'd be open to moving closer to where she is, or I would also be open to moving closer to Atlanta. Fulton County, Westlake High School District, which is kind of close to Fairburn, Georgia, kind of close to Camp Creek area. There's a lot of nicer homes in that area. Um, it's expensive over there, but it's nice, and the school system there is nice. I would be interested in that only because it's in Atlanta, so then I'd be closer to my mother-in-law, I'd be close to my dad, I'd be close to my job, I'd be close to everything because being close to Atlanta makes you close to everything that you need to do. Right now we're in the suburbs and I feel like I'm far away from everything. It's not that bad. Like I've gotten used to it. I like the area, but if I moved, it would be for like that convenience of commute and being closer to my support system. If I would go to Georgia, it would be for the price of the houses. Yeah, because our homes are much cheaper. 600,000 is a lot. Oh my gosh. For a 3-bedroom home, that's a lot, Nisha. Goodness. And yes, Queen. In Atlanta, they do a lot of like Habitat for Humanity houses, and they gentrify real bad here in downtown Atlanta. They literally throw up a box. They literally throw up a box, something that was probably a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, and they somehow make it into this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and the rooms be like little squares, and it's like, no, stop. Like, I don't like when they do that. Like, instead of trying to squeeze it into 5 rooms, let's make it 3 spacious rooms and 2 baths, okay? Like, but they don't care. They just trying to throw the rooms up and tell you, "Oh, yes, charming 6-bedroom." And it's like you looking at the rooms and they just look like they threw that mess together. And it exactly, it'd be a nursery, it'd be, a little office space. It's not somebody's bedroom. The closet be so tiny. I don't want that. Like, I want it to be enough space. And some of the ones I was looking at today, like the greater rooms, they were so big that you could fit like the bed, like your king size bed in there, but you can fit like a sofa up in there and a TV, and it's space. Like, you're not all on top of each other. Or the closets are big enough where you can put in like closet organizers and have room to put, a wardrobe for a man and a wardrobe for a woman. Like, I feel like, in all transparency, we have a pretty big closet, but my stuff takes up a lot of our closet. So in the next home, I would like it to be enough space to where it's enough space for both. Or if we have enough rooms in our house, like if I need to put my stuff in my little office closet, it's just room for that. I don't want no look like if I'm an upgrade, I want to do it right. And let's talk about kitchens real quick. One thing I didn't really realize that I needed when I bought this house, but I know that I need next time is I need space to cook. Des and I cook a lot and we enjoy cooking. And we do not have counter space. It is so aggravating. We run out of space so easily trying to cook and meal prep. And so the next house, I need counter space. I don't want just like a refrigerator, a sink, and a little edge of counter. And then on the other side, a little edge of counter and some little cabinets. Like, I need if not an island, I need like it going around with at least 4 or 5 little extra spaces where I can prep food, so that if we trying to cook in this kitchen, we not all on top of each other and we can't even get stuff done because there's literally no space. Like, I need a better kitchen in the next house, and I just want like more space for our hobbies. And I'll put it at that. Like, that way we have what we need. And I also feel like when in moments where we're getting on each other's nerves, because in reality we do get on each other's nerves sometimes. Des has his own space that he can go into. I have my own space that I can go into. So I have his own space he can go into. We don't have to sit on top of each other. Um, and that's what I think would be good in the next space if we decide to go the route of moving. In the meantime, we're gonna make do with what we got because we have enough space. It's just a matter of taking care of what we have. And I've been trying to teach Josiah that because sometimes he can be a little bit. Josiah, go to bed. No, you down there wrestling and playing, and you're gonna be sleepy in the morning. The dryer stopped. Come and get it because you're not asleep. I can hear you. You never told me to come and get it. I heard that the dryer stopped. You down there wrestling and you need to be asleep. Sorry, y'all. Y'all say hey to Saya. Say hey, Josiah. I'm good. They heard that. He said he was good. Good night. Nothing. Why you down there wrestling instead of going to bed? Go to sleep. You're going to be tired in the morning. Yay. Tomorrow's not Saturday, but the next day is. Yay. Love you. Good night. I was just about to say that you're manifesting all the things you want in a house. Hi, Saya. Hi, Josiah. See, they said, hey, you talking about you that you good. See how you got him mad at us? Yeah, he mad at me because I hear him down here fighting the air. Talking about some like I could hear it all the way downstairs. I'm like, I sent you to bed 40 minutes ago. Why are you still up? Anyway, we had to move some furniture around in his room to accommodate just to make sure like everything is okay and so we can get whatever is going on fixed. But I also think we could benefit from an additional bathroom because we've had plumbing issues in the past where one of our bathrooms was out of commission. And what I learned from that situation is it's good to have two bathrooms, but if you have a third bathroom, that's even better because as a mom, as a married couple, whatever, you don't always want to share a bathroom with your kids. And if you only have two bathrooms, and the one that is in your room is not able to be used for whatever reason, you're going to have to share with your kids. And it's not even always cleanliness. Sometimes it's just kids being kids and leaving their toys in their tub. Like they want to leave it in the tub because that's their bathroom. But it's like when you have to share, now you got to worry about not stepping on their toys and them leaving their stuff in there. It's like, definitely would like to have an additional bathroom for sure. Because we've definitely had to share before, and it's like, ooh, I don't like that. So yes, I am manifesting. I'm gonna actually write it down in a journal, and I'm gonna. It's something I did when I wanted a job. Someone told me write down, pretend like you already got what you want, and write to yourself as if it already happened. So my letter when I was looking for a new job and I wanted a promotion, I wrote something in the journal. It was something like, I am so grateful. I just accepted the role of my dreams. Um, I am working in my field using my degree. I have work life balance. I have time with my family. I am making X amount of dollars per year now. And I did that. I wrote it all out and literally it manifested. Now, I'm not going to say it just manifested because I wrote it on a piece of paper. I'm not going to sell y'all that dream. I put in the work now. But I do believe that when you write stuff down and you make it plain, you pray on it, and you do the work to get to what you want, it can help come into fruition. It's kind of like when we do vision boards or prayer boards at the beginning of every year. I feel like when I do those, they really help me because every day, y'all have seen me on live in my bedroom. Like I have my little board and it's like God is in the corner of it. And I talk about the things I want. Like I look at that every day. I do. And like, I feel like I'm actually going to carry over the one that I made this year into the one that I'm going to do next year. Except for the one for next year, I'm probably going to put stuff about like, increasing my revenue as an entrepreneur, as a content creator. Probably going to put like new house stuff on it. I still want to experience luxury travel. I feel like 2023 was a wash and I need a redo. But I don't want to sound ungrateful because I'm pretty sure like I could have just did nothing and not got the experiences at all, but I want every experience that I have next year to be a positive one, to be a luxury or 4-star and up experience. Excuse me, I don't want any travel experiences that I plan for my leisure to be where I'm walking away telling y'all, it was just okay. And I'm not talking about like family stuff because if we're traveling for a family reunion or we're traveling for unexpected things that come up in life, I'm not necessarily talking about those, but I'm just talking about if I'm taking time off and we supposed to be having a fun vacation, like I want it to be that. I don't want it to be like any problems. So, yeah. The word says write the vision and make it plain. They sure do. It absolutely does. I've heard that in church all my life. Yes, in your mind, see yourself in your new house. And yes, don't forget to pray. Absolutely, because it's not me, it's God. God is gonna be the one who places us in the situation. But I do think like I want to make sure I'm not rushing into anything. So I definitely want to take the time to make sure like Desmond and I are both aligned, like, because I got that type of personality. I'll run off and leave, and Des will be like, I didn't say we were doing that. Wait. So I got to make sure, like, we're both on the same page. We both want the same things. But then also, like, this time around, make sure that we are aligned in the decision. Like, I don't want to pick a place that he doesn't like. I hope he wouldn't want to pick a place that I don't like, because we would be doing it together. The first time we did it, we weren't married yet. So it was a little bit different. We've also been married for 5 years though. So I know, like, for him, he needs a man cave, and he needs it to be, he's told me several times, but he wants it to be his own space that is separate, that he can lock. So not like, how some people have their man caves and they're like in the garage area or the downstairs, like you walk up. What ads? I'm sorry. I didn't know. I know that I set it up for monetization, but it doesn't show me when the ads are coming up every time. But like, I want to make sure that he has that. And then for me, I don't know if I want it to be like in a open space, because like I do know from having Josiah, like when we used to have our office and it wasn't locked, he used to go in there messing with everything when he was young. And unfortunately, he hasn't completely outgrown the phase of messing with people's stuff when he gets bored. So I probably would want my space to be able to be locked as well. But then if we have like one of those areas where you can go up the stairs and it's kind of open and it's enough space to put like a TV and stuff, I feel like that could be like a family area where we could do movie nights and stuff like that. But also, I want a yard, not necessarily so Des has to cut grass, but a yard in that it's flat. And so if we want to have people over, there's room for folks to come over and hang in our backyard, if that makes sense. Because the house we have now, we have somewhat of a front yard, but it's really not big enough for hosting. And then we have a deck in the backyard, but the deck is raggedy because it's old and the builders of this house put cheap wood up. So we need to get that basically torn down and remodeled. But it's not ideal for hosting. And then like the back part of the yard is like on a slope type thing. So the slope is like, I always would tell Saya when he wanted to play outside to play in the front of our yard instead of the back of the yard, because if he goes and he kicks the soccer ball or the basketball and it goes down the hill, now he got to run down like this and try not to flip over and hit his head trying to roll down and get the ball. So those are things I would consider. Like I would prefer more of a flat yard instead of something that's on a hill. And with a lot of these new neighborhoods that's being thrown up in Georgia, like every time I go through Henry County or even in my county, Douglas County, Cobb County, I'm looking, they tearing down trees and throwing up more subdivisions in areas that used to be the forest. And I'm just like, everything don't need to be a new subdivision, but hey, you don't need to apologize. It's just funny when it scared me. I'm gonna watch them every time. Oh, thank you, Queen. You'll definitely get the right house in the right time. Yeah, and like honestly, at one point we were talking about doing it in like a few years. So if we don't have to make a hasty decision to move, that'd be great. Is traffic getting worse with more people there? In certain areas it is. Where my mother-in-law lives, traffic is really bad. And that area has become really nice. They've been building a lot of new houses over there, new businesses, new shopping centers, new warehouses. In the middle of Atlanta, I've noticed a lot of warehouses being built. In like Atlanta, we have a street, it's called like Fulton Industrial area, and then coming around side in between where Fulton and Douglas County meet, I think, or maybe it's Cobb and Douglas County meet. Fulton, Douglas County, I don't know, all in the same like line area. They've been building a lot of warehouses. So there's like a Google warehouse, there is an Amazon warehouse, and there's a lot of other warehouses. There's a lot of job opportunities as well. I will definitely write it all down. I'm not gonna forget. But yes, traffic has gotten worse. And that was one reason why I was bummed when they said we had to return to work next year, because part of the reason why I took a remote position in the first place was because um I didn't want to have to commute in traffic every day. That stresses me out. It's not even interacting with people at work because y'all can see I'm a people person. I don't mind talking to people. I don't necessarily dislike people, but it's the traffic. Excuse me. The traffic coming to work, going to work. And don't let an accident happen. It adds 30 minutes. Getting rerouted. People almost hitting you on the way to work. Like that stresses me out and I don't like that. Like I enjoy starting my day 30 minutes before I need to be on the computer, sleeping in. I be in a better mood most of the time. And just when life be lifing, I don't have to put like a fake facade on to pretend like I'm okay because I got to go and be in front of these people. And I hate to say it, but that's the truth. Like we have to perform when we go to work. And it's like as a woman of color especially that you already get categorized as being defensive or you already get categorized as being whatever. And so it's like you got to go into work and pretend like life isn't life and watch your body language and make sure that you appear to be okay even when you're not when you're in person. And it's a little bit easier to be your true self from home, like you're on a camera screen. It's a lot. And you get tired once you come back home. Yes, I have to y'all I have to keep my momentum with my fitness journey because I had got so big the first time when I was working in corporate America, but I had a lot going on that was stressing me out too. But I got to keep my fitness journey. Who y'all? Yes, I am tired, but I'm still here. I say that to say like it's draining. You be a pump. You get off work like, okay, it's 4:30, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna hit the gym. You sit in that traffic for an hour, you be ready to go home and not talk to nobody. And it's like you don't want to let that mindset get over you because then you'll stop working out. And then I'm not no morning person. And I tell y'all that all the time. I'm a morning person on Sundays sometimes. I'll get up early. Saturdays sometimes I'll get up early and I'll go to the gym, but that's still not as early as I'd have to get up Monday through Friday to make it to the gym before I started work and add a commute in there, I'd have to become a 5 a.m. gym girly. And I just don't think that's my personality. I'm more of a 7 o'clock gym girly or a 6 o'clock gym girly. Like I cannot, and I mean PM, I cannot see myself becoming the 5 a.m. Gym girly because I'm not. I'm more of a night owl. I prefer to stay up late. The only reason why I don't and y'all see I'm on here talking to y'all late now. If I was more of an early girly, I would have been on here at 6 or 7 having this live, not at 10 o'clock starting a live. But I'm more of a night person. And the only reason why I go to bed is because I have a young child. He has to get up for school around 6:45, 7 a.m. in the morning. So if I don't take my butt to sleep, then who's gonna get him up for school? Like, you see what I'm saying? But on my own preference, when like summertime, what? When he don't have what? I am sleeping in. So now you're telling me, and now I gotta go back to in the summertime instead of being able to sleep longer and enjoy, not having to get up at 6:30 or whatever time. Now I got to start getting up at the same time that I do during the regular school year because I got to drive in somewhere 4 times a week. I'm not happy about it. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm happy about it. I'm grateful because I have employment, but no, I don't look forward to that. That's not exciting for me. Like, oh yay, I get to lose an hour and a half of my free time that I was using to sleep. Lord knows I needed that sleep, but how do you explain that to people? They don't I just don't feel like they care. So I just, I'm going to work it out. I'll figure it out. But I will say this week I have been waking up earlier. Next week I'm definitely going to have to get up earlier cuz I'm going to be a little bit on my own with certain stuff. Um IDK, how people get on the road as early as 7 a.m. They just have to. It's some people I work with, they work from 7 to 3, or they leave their house at 6, they get to work at 7, they leave out around 2:30, 3 o'clock because they live far away and they try to beat the traffic. And I understand because if people are not on the road really until around 7:30, 8 a.m., and you can beat having to sit in traffic for extra 30 to 40 minutes both ways, I can definitely understand because, like, for me, with being remote, I had more of a flexible, like, working in person option because I didn't have to be there. So a lot of times when I did have to come in for stuff, I would leave my house around 10 a.m. and I would leave before 4 p.m. And traffic is significantly better at those times. So I got to see what I can do with going back full time, like how flexible it is. They're saying it's pretty flexible. Like you can leave early if you need to, but it's just like we'll see when it becomes the norm because it start off that way, then it becomes all right, guys. We need you guys to be here blah blah blah. And I'm like, so we shall see. But I'm just gonna pray about it. I'm gonna give it a chance. And I'm also gonna keep working on this. Like one of my goals for November has been I wanted to come and start live streaming more. And I'm proud of me. In the past week, I've been live streaming more regularly. And I really love that. Y'all been coming on talking with me. Yesterday was like the most sucky day, and I felt so much better right before I went to bed because I talked to y'all. So I'm hopeful that if I start this pattern now in November, keep it up through December, keep it up starting off January when stuff changes, this will be like routine for me. It doesn't fall off. And so once Flow goes away, I'm going to get back on my gym routine because I've been giving myself a break this week. Mentally, I have not been in a place to want to work out, and my cramps have been whooping my ass. So I've just been at home since Monday. I did go to the gym on Monday though, and my workout was awesome. But like I had to miss my cycle class tonight because I was like, I don't feel good. And when I got off work, I literally sat on the sofa with my blanket and I edited videos and was kind of dozing off a little bit because I just didn't feel good. Like I was like, I'm not going to the gym today. But next week I'll be trying to go back to the gym. This weekend I may meet up with my best friend to have some drinks because she wanted to meet up with me last weekend, but Des and I were celebrating our anniversary, so I had told her, let's try to meet up this weekend. And then Josiah has a project, so I'm gonna try to help him with it. He has a Native American project, so I'm gonna try to help him with that and get that knocked out. So I'm not sitting here stressed during Thanksgiving break about his project because that's when it's due after Thanksgiving break. I'm like, nah, we finna knock this out this weekend, hopefully, if we can. Because next week is gonna be a little bit different, as far as like personal dynamic. So I'm just trying to be prepared. Let's see, prioritizing. I need to write my list tomorrow. I feel like I didn't do it the last day. I meant to do it today and I just didn't. Like I was tired and I just started doing. So tomorrow I'm going to try to start my day with some prayer. And then I'm going to try to get up, make sure I eat breakfast before 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to try to get my things done so I can try to wrap up my day by 4:30ish. That way I can start my weekend on time and make it a weekend of just kind of like relaxing and resetting and editing these videos because this Jamaica review of this resort has been taking me so long to edit. This footage is so freaking long. But I know that like my reviews are really, really thorough and I try not to forget anything. So I'm trying to make sure like what I have makes sense and I'm not leaving out anything that I can answer. Excuse me. So my goal is to get that video edited, scheduled for December, because at this point I'm scheduled through the rest of the month with my content. Get the Jamaica vlog finalized, which I haven't looked at that one in over a week, but I feel like that one's in a pretty good place. It's just I want to do the review of the resort and release it around the same time so that y'all have like the fun vlog where you see me on the resort having a good time with my group, with my husband. And then y'all see the review of the resort after to kind of see, oh, so that was what was going on behind the scenes. I kind of want them to drop together. And then I can finally catch up on my regular vlogs. And then once I get that out the way, I can decide with these last few weeks of November, am I doing Vlogmas? Am I doing 12 days of Yosha? I don't know what we doing over here. I might do something with shorts because honestly, long form has been really tricky. I feel like I don't know what's going on. Like my videos are decent, but they're just not reaching. They're not landing. Some of them are though, like the lock videos. I don't know. My YouTube fam seems to love those, and I gain new YouTube fam from them. But I don't record every time I retwist Dez's locks. I'm gonna try to start doing at least some shorts because those are a little bit easier to get done. Y'all, I'm so grateful that I was able to edit those videos and get them up, the ones that I posted recently. But when I tell y'all, it was so challenging to get those clips and it was so like time consuming to edit those videos. It was a lot. Mine too, Rachel. I didn't even have to take melatonin once it started. Like it's been draining me. I laid on the sofa like a little zombie for about an hour and a half once I got off work earlier. Like I remember I was dozing off and then I heard Josiah downstairs playing in water and that woke me up. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making I forgot what he said it was called. I'm making some smush." I'm like, "No, you're not. We have to share this bathroom. Get out of here. Playing in water." I'm like, go sit down. He's like, "Can I play with my hoverboard?" I'm like, "Yeah, just get out of the bathroom playing with water, please." Gosh. Little boys are fun though. Having a son, being a boy mom is rewarding. I don't want y'all to ever feel like I'm not saying that it is. It's just they get bored and they're very adventurous and they like to jump off of things and they can be a little bit daredevil like. They don't have fears as little kids and it's a beautiful thing. And then, as they get older, they start learning. So, those titles reevaluate them. Okay, I'm going to take that advice. I'm going to take that advice. For the videos that are good but not going anywhere. I don't know, it's so confusing because TubeBuddy let me start by saying before the summer, when I took another content creator's advice about downloading TubeBuddy, I did not use TubeBuddy. I always did my videos by myself. I always did my description boxes by myself, my titles by myself, and I've had videos go viral by myself. So let's start there. I started using TubeBuddy because TubeBuddy shows you like how search terms rank and all that good stuff. And it's so funny because like I'll look at the little score and it'll say you have a B or you have an A or you have a this or that. And some of the videos where the score is high perform well, and some of them where the score is high don't perform well. So it might be because my thumbnails, I don't know. The title, I'm not sure. Maybe I talk too much. I don't know. But it just seems like it's very hit or miss. What would you do if Josiah came home and said he had a girlfriend? You mean at 8 years old? I'd be like, no, you don't. You have a friend. You're too young to have a girlfriend. But I know, to be honest, I guess I try to be open minded. I've seen Josiah with little crushes already, and I just try to be open minded and let him come to me and talk about how he feels because I don't want him to ever feel like I used to feel with my mom, where she would call me fast. And like I just would start feeling like, okay, well, I won't tell you what I'm doing then. And then if you get to that point with your parents where they feel like every time you try to be open with them or ask them something, you shun them or you make them feel like their feelings are inappropriate or invalid, you can't come and talk to them, then they're going to start hiding stuff from you. But I do feel like this is not the age to be wanting a little girlfriend. I'm going to think of her as a little girlfriend and you as a little boy because that's what you are. It's cute and innocent. But as he got a little bit older, I would be, wanting to know, I guess, how'd you meet? Why do you like her? I don't know. The name of the game has changed. Hmm. The name of the game has changed. Yeah, I feel like it's really a shorts. I will say live streaming is also very popular too though. because a lot of YouTubers, especially like bigger ones, like the shorts, yes, definitely. I'm not denying shorts, but live streaming is also very lucrative and very connection um building. I don't know if that sounds right, but it builds a true connection with your audience. So for people who have a following, imagine if they're hopping on for just 10 or 20 minutes and 10% of their followers are hopping on a live to send love and support. And then for folks who have bigger followings, I noticed that, like, especially the ones who do like consultative services, like the ones who do the YouTube advice and stuff. I've been in some of those live streams and you see people like donating money and things like that to get their question answered because that person is like a YouTube guru and they're giving advice and they want that person to answer their question about their channel. And I feel like the live streaming is very lucrative. And I've heard of other like platforms that people are using to live stream. And some people do like dual live streaming where they might live stream and they're on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok at the same time. Or they may be on multiple platforms, but plus a live streaming service that's not as known, that's paying them to go live and talk to people. So live streaming is also a very underrated but lucrative way to make money. I'm experimenting with it, but I actually have been doing live streams for like the last 4 years or so because I just enjoy talking to y'all. But it is cool that you can earn money and get ads with it, especially because, like, in all reality, I can't always get somebody to watch a 10-minute video. But when it comes to these live streams, I might talk to you guys for 30 minutes to an hour and a half, and I can get at least even a stranger or a friend to pop into my live and stay for 10 minutes. And I do think that there's value in that because then you're still building a connection with your audience and your returning subscriber metrics end up increasing because of that, because you have recurring people coming to your live stream and they're going to sit and talk to you for more than 5 minutes. Whereas when you do a regular long form video, that video might be 10 minutes long, 8 minutes long, 30 minutes long. They may only watch 2 minutes of it because our attention spans are so short that it's so easy to get distracted while watching a video these days. I think with the live streams, because it's live, somebody can say something and then that content creator may respond. Babe, can you turn that light back on? It just got really dark. Thank you. He made me forget what I was gonna say. But yeah, it's a two-way conversation, so people seem to value that in a little bit different than the long-term videos. Yes, you have started watching you when I was pregnant. Summer is about to be 4 in March. Okay, so you just proved my point. I've probably been doing it for 5 years then. Because I don't think I used to go live before I moved here. But I did used to post. I've been on YouTube for a long time, over 10 years. So much has changed. YouTube, I kick myself all the time because if I would have took YouTube serious when their algorithm used to let everybody get famous, I would have been famous already. And it's not even about being famous, but getting a big enough following so where you can reach people that want to invest in you so you can create a business out of it. But I was just treating YouTube like a hobby back then. And then the algorithm changed. And I'm like, dang, it's hard out here. I've been live streaming since Periscope and I built an audience overnight like that. What's Periscope? Look at me not knowing. I don't know what Periscope is, but it sounds like you're not new to this. You're true to this. I've been craving ice cream all week, y'all. This is horrible. Des, are those popsicles frozen in there? If they're frozen, yeah. YouTube is so different. It is. And one thing I love about YouTube is that it's evergreen. I have videos from 2016 and 17 and 2021 still paying me out in 2023. And that's something that I love about this platform. Instagram, TikTok, all them other ones, I'm not monetized there. But what I can tell you, well, TikTok, you can still be getting old videos making you play. But they don't push out your old content like that. It's like they reward you for being on their platform and posting multiple times a day. And that's how you grow. If you're not doing that, you're not going to grow. Whereas YouTube, excuse me, thank you, babe. YouTube wants you to post regularly. They want you to post every week, daily on the shorts, or multiple times a week on the shorts. But if you take a little break from YouTube and you disappear for a week, you disappear for 2 weeks, you can come back and that video that was doing well could still be doing well. They literally just recently changed it to where they said you need to post every 6 months to remain active in your partnership. But before that, people would disappear for a year and still be earning money. And I still feel like there's certain people who have exceptions. And because YouTube has shorts, live streams, long form videos, and a community tab, you can satisfy that requirement by posting a post on your community tab. They make it easy for you to earn money here. I didn't end up eating an ice cream yesterday, though. Yesterday, I just ate a popsicle and went to bed. On Tuesday, or it was Monday before my period started, I had an ice cream cone. It was so good. And then we have these drumsticks that have like the chocolate on the top and have nuts on it. It's so good, y'all. They was on sale. But I only crave stuff like that when I'm on my period. I don't even really like chocolate like that. But when I'm on my period, that's when I want it. It sounds like Dad's just went to go get ice cream. I'm finna ask him. He probably like, yo, should leave me alone. Talk to your friends. Babe. Did you go get ice cream?
Yes.
Okay. I was right. I think I have one in the freezer, though. In this freezer. I still do, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know. Exactly, Florence. It sabotages me all the time. I've been doing pretty good with eating, though, for the most part. Like last night, I baked some chicken wings for dinner, and we ate them with salad. And then the day before that, I had baked chicken and salad because Desmond grilled some chicken, and I made some cabbage and some green beans. Like, we tried to eat healthy. It's just the snacking at night. That's my problem. This popsicle is so good. I might go live this weekend too, y'all. Like maybe Saturday night or tomorrow night. I'll see. One of them. Maybe we can play games. But I do have to work in the morning. My clothes have been folded for over 30 minutes. I just really enjoyed talking to y'all. I will keep y'all posted. I gotta call this contractor that my dad sent me the information for tomorrow to see if I can have him come and look at this wall downstairs and give us some information. I would really love to focus on saving for the next 3 years so that I have time to manifest and really get my dream. But if I continue to get signs and my husband is aligned, I'm not completely opposed to moving. So, y'all know I'll keep you posted. I do hope y'all have a good night's sleep. Oh, and I did pray for all y'all before I went to bed. I sure did. So I'll pray for y'all again. I'm gonna pray for me too. Honestly, I think it helped because I had a better day today. Listen, it was a better day. And I just want to thank God. Like, work life has not been hectic today or this week, period. So, and I really appreciate it because the last thing you need is work to suck, personal life to suck, family stuff to be going on all at the same time. So I was really grateful that it was like a chill week because last week felt kind of hectic. This week has been kind of like, okay, chill. So, anywho, I love y'all so much. I hope you all have a great night's sleep. I'm going to put these clothes away and I'm going to get ready to lay down. But I will talk to y'all soon. And yeah, be great. Good night, y'all.